Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to our live briefing for Wednesday, April 1st. This afternoon I have a couple of comments and then an update before I'm going to turn it over to Jessica Corbett, who's going to provide you with some good information about some upcoming programming that we're going to have available for you. This afternoon you'll also hear from Deborah Jacobson from Resident Services and Vanessa Perry from Pastoral Care. First, I want to start out, I just want to reiterate the need to social distance. It's really our best protection against the spread of any infection. We hear a lot of reports of residents who are getting together to socialize in small groups, and this is concerning, and it puts really all of you at risk. And so it's something we really want to discourage. I want to the degree we can, encourage you to not visit each other in apartments, in the halls, moving around. That's going out for a walk. You can socialize, but don't spend time in groups. It's really a bad practice and a behavior we need to try to refrain from as much as we can. Also, along the same lines or related, we as staff and management, we're beginning to get some staff who are being put into quarantine because their families out in the community have been exposed or are sick. And so that continues to be a strain on our ability to staff as we lose people for a period of 2 weeks at least. And so we just would continue to ask you for your patience and your tolerance as we work through these things. As you know, our resident services staff, specifically our social workers and those that work with them, are incredibly busy all day answering your calls, many of which are requests to do things which we aren't prepared or able to do right now. And it's taken a lot of time and effort and a lot of repeated phone calls, and it's just something to the degree we can hold the line and live within the guidelines that we have right now. It's helpful because all of that time that's spent could be used in other ways if possible. So I hope that you understand it. We're here to answer your questions and help you, but spending a lot of time trying to working with folks who want exceptions to the rules, it's not a great use of our time, and we just have limited time to provide. So. And I know, and I understand how frustrating it can be when we can't provide you with everything you want right now. But we need to keep this campus secure, and we need to keep it healthy. In terms of keeping the campus secure, today alone, we've had 2 family members attempt to come on campus to bring things to their loved one. One actually was stopped at the door. And so we really ask you to refrain from asking anyone or encouraging anyone to do that. Again, we don't have the resources freely to try to police that, and we just ask that you use the processes that are in place, the pickup service at Azalea and that sort of thing, and the groceries that the grocery program that we have in place. But having folks sneak onto campus is really not a good use of our staff's time trying to police it. And I hope you understand that the risks and the consequences of a community exposure are enormous, and it's something we can't tolerate. So I appreciate your diligence and your support in that. Changing topics, we're working as hard as we can to keep you and your families informed about what's happening. And there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of information every day. And so we're working to make sure that information is available to you in as many different ways as possible. Written updates from these briefings are available on the Touchtown Community app in the messages section. And for residents, if you want to share your login information with your family, they can use that app as well. They can download the app and they can log in as you, and they can see all the same information. All those written the summaries of these briefings also go on our blog, which you can sign up for at our website, www.wc richmond.org. And then the latest video appears hourly, the latest briefing video appears hourly on TV 971, followed by slides with details of everything that's offered. We also push these briefings to Facebook, and so if you are on Facebook or your family's on Facebook, they can get to that, all that information through our Facebook page as well. If you need help with that, that would be something we'd be happy to help you with. So just let resident services know, and we'll get you connected to someone who can help you or your family member access all that information. And all of our videos that we do, these and all the others, are available on YouTube as well if your family members want to follow that way. We use the same channels, plus our staff intranet and staff Facebook page to communicate with our staff as well. But really, it's the same message: social distancing, hand washing, self-quarantine, come to work healthy. So same message to our staff as it is to you. The last topic for me today, before I turn it over to Jessica, is the Declining Balance Program. Accounting is receiving a lot of questions about the declining balance accounts, and so they've asked me to share the following. As you know, or I hope you know, we're offering grocery shopping through the transportation department. When we go to the grocery on your behalf, the charges for those groceries are being applied directly to your declining balance. And hopefully that's not a surprise, but it sounds like to some that was a surprise. We shared previously that you would be able to roll over any carryover amount from March into April so that you didn't lose those dollars. As of today, April 1st, your accounts have been automatically reset to whatever your monthly allotment was, 150 or 300. However, the rollover has been applied by hand, meaning someone in the office did it, which will take us some time. They're working on it, and we're, as with all the departments, they're a bit short-staffed. So please give us a little time to catch up on making those updates before you call accounting. Same thing goes for accounting as in resident services. They've got a full day's work, and the phones are ringing off the hook. And so if you could just be a little bit patient and let them catch up from a period of about a week and a half where we really weren't able to do anything but just get processes in place, the team down there is trying to get caught up. So give them a few days, see if your balance is what you expect. If it isn't in a few days, then give them a call. But for the next couple days, let them get caught up. We'd appreciate that. And the same thing as with resident services, those departments are closed to residents. We don't want you coming in and asking directly or coming in and socializing into those departments. So call, if you have questions, call, but give the accounting team a few days to work through the backlog of work that they have. Thank you for your time. I'm going to turn it over to Jessica, and she's going to tell you about some upcoming program here.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Corbett. I'm the manager of Cultural Arts. I hope each of you are doing well this afternoon, and I truly look forward to the day that I see your faces here again in the Sarah Bell November Theater. That day will come. This is temporary. But since we aren't able to see you all in the theater now, I wanted to share with you some updates in regards to TV 970 programming. In addition to our weekly cultural film and Saturday night movie, we will have a few additional offerings beginning tomorrow. Please note that we have moved the cultural film to be shown at 12:30 p.m. on Thursdays instead of the 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. time slot it was in last week. This is to avoid the dinner hour. Now for the new items. We've added a matinee movie, which will air every day with the exception of Thursdays, and the movie this week will be Sully, starring Tom Hanks. Additionally, we have partnered with the Richmond Performing Arts Alliance once again. You may recall that this past year we brought the Legends on Grace series here to our theater. Well, those same wonderful artists have created a new series entitled Legends at Home. This series features our favorite Richmond artists hosting performances directly from their living rooms. The programs are about 40 minutes long. They're full of wonderful singing and stories. The first program you will see beginning tomorrow night at 7:30 will feature Jason Marks, and it is just terrific. So that will show every night at 7:30 p.m., with the exception of Saturday, which will be the Saturday night movie. I hope you all enjoy these fun additions to the TV 970 lineup. You can see more information about these programs in the tails. And next up is Deborah Jacobson.
Good afternoon. I know you are all glad to see Jessica here. It's really a little sad to look out at this 330 seat theater and not see you here, but we're looking forward to being able to get back together in the near future. With that all said, I do want to give you a couple updates, and you will hear a few things that John mentioned to you. I'm going to repeat. My friend Betsy King, resident here, there was a president of the association several years ago, taught me the residents need to hear things at least 3 times, so here goes the second time. Grocery shopping. We've changed the time that we're shopping to the morning hours, and the reason for that is the stores are less crowded, options are better, and it just seems to fall better into that whole scheme of things. So you may be finding your deliveries are a little bit earlier in the morning. I know some like to sleep in the morning, but I also know how much you appreciate your groceries. So we're going to work through that. As with everything, sometimes we have to make adjustments just to be able to bring the best service possible to you. I would like to take this time to thank all of those volunteers, and these are all staff volunteers that are taking their time to deliver each and every one of those items to your door. So for all of you out there that are doing that, thank you so much. From the salon, I want to let you know and remind you that the supplies that you may be needing, such as shampoo, hairspray, and things of that nature, are available by calling Lori at 6097. We also have a small supply of donated tools, such as hair dryers, that are available to you, and these were donated to us from the treasure chest. So thank you very much, Barbara No, for taking care of that for us. If you do need a curling iron, hair dryer, and we have one available, we'll bring it to your door, and you can keep it until further notice. Mail delivery. Mail delivery started back yesterday, and it's happening again today. So just a reminder to those tower residents that have been receiving their mail delivered to them, you now have to go down to the mailbox and pick up your mail. I do stress to you social distancing, so not too many people at one time down at the mailboxes. Please be patient. Again, as John mentioned to you, please remind your family members to drop off groceries to you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over at the Azalea Mall lot, which is right next to the courtyard. This is a great way for them to be able to send you those things that you're needing and not to ask them to do anything further than that. We had a couple people that were sending things over the fence, making other arrangements coming on campus, and we just cannot allow that to happen. So again, it's all about the social distancing. We also are getting numerous requests in the Resident Services Office, which John mentioned to you. Some of those are not as easy to resolve as some of the simpler things, and we thank you so much for your patience. I do want to give a shout out. Those voices that you're hearing behind those phones, Emily Krause, Emily Williamson, and Sarah Everett, they are doing everything they possibly can to get you the answers and to solve problems and answer questions for your family. So next time you talk to them, just know that that's what they're doing 8 hours a day, every single day. Again, we're so glad to be here for you. We're so glad to make things happen, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vanessa Perry, Pastoral Care Administrator here at Westminster Canterbury Richmond. Just have a few pieces of information for you on behalf of the department. As you may know, a program called A Sermon for Every Sunday is aired on TV 970 every Thursday at 11 a.m. and every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'd like to mention a couple of the names for the upcoming preachers. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., You will hear a sermon from Reverend Carla Pratt Keys, who is a pastor of Ginner Park Presbyterian Church here in Richmond. Then on Sunday at 4 p.m., a sermon will be offered by Dr. Jim Somerville, who is a pastor of First Baptist Church in Richmond, Virginia. So we hope you will enjoy these sermons. Pastoral Care Department is very happy to announce our Holy Week and Easter worship plans. For Holy Week, we are offering a printed booklet with prayers and scriptures designed for you to use on your own for Palm Sunday, Maundy, Thursday, and Good Friday. If you would like to order a booklet, please call David Curtis at extension 5179. Please call him preferably as early as you can, but definitely by noon on Saturday. We would appreciate an early heads up, and we will deliver it to your door. For Easter, a worship service will be aired on TV 970, and it will be led by our very own Westminster Canterbury chaplains. So please tune in on Easter Sunday at 4 p.m. on TV 970. That again is at 4 p.m. on Easter Sunday. We are very excited to be able to offer an Easter worship service for you. And now a reading from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up. I would like to read now a blessing called Choose to Bless the World, which is written by Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker, theologian and minister. Your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or curse the world. Choose to bless the world. The choice to bless the world is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention to do good. It is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery abide. There is an embrace of kindness that encompasses all life, even yours. The choice to bless the world can take you into solitude to search for the sources of power and grace, native wisdom, healing, and liberation. More, the choice will draw you into community, the endeavor shared, the heritage passed on, the companionship of struggle, the importance of keeping faith, the life of ritual and praise, the comfort of human friendship, the company of earth, the chorus of life welcoming you. None of us alone can save the world. Together, that is another possibility waiting. Amen.